United Nations News Center. Interview with John W. Ash, President of the 68th Session of the General Assembly. Welcome to the United Nations. It's your world. English, Francais, Espanol. United Nations News Center. With breaking news from the Unnews Service. Advanced Search. News Africa. Americas. Asia Pacific. Europe. Middle East. Gun Daily News. Radio Today's News. Today's features. Programs. Regions. About Us. Audio Library. Your Account. Television Unit. Fun in Action. 21st Century. Webcast. Photo Latest Photos. Secretary General. Security Council. General Assembly. Fun Around the World. Photo Archives. Webcast Live Now. Meetings and Events. Media. News and Features. Topics and Issues. Meetings Coverage. Press Releases. Press Conferences. Secretary General. General Assembly. Security Council. Economic and Social Council. Media Accreditation. Accreditation Requirements. Media Alert. Media Resources. Special Media Events. FAQs. Secretary General Spokesperson. All statements. Selected speeches. Off-the-cuff remarks. Official travels. Other resources. Top stories. Archive. Peacekeeping. Political missions. Non-publications. Maps. Databases. New magazines. Sun system links. Interview with John W. Ash, President of the 68th Session of the General Assembly. John W. Ash, President of the 68th General Assembly. Fun photo / a skinned dip. September 28, 2013 ? On September 18, 2013, John W. Ash of Antigua and Barbuda took the gavel as the President of the 68th Session of the General Assembly, the main deliberative, policy-making and representative organ of the United Nations. Comprising all 193 member states of the organization, it provides the only forum for multilateral discussion of the full spectrum of international issues covered by the UN Charter. Following his election as Assembly President on June 14, Mr. Ash and his team outlined their priorities for the session under a theme entitled, The Post-2015 Development Agenda, Setting the Stage. Under it, he is encouraging member states and other stakeholders to promote dialogue, reflection and commitment to the formulation of an effective new agenda to overcome poverty and insecurity and ensure sustainable development, to be launched during the 69th session following the 2015 deadline of the current Millennium Development Goals (MDGs). Prior to his assumption of the Assembly presidency, Mr. Ash served simultaneously as his country's permanent representative to both the United Nations and the World Trade Organization, positions he held since 2004. He has served in a leadership capacity on many of the governing bodies of the major non-environmental agreements, including as the first chairman of the Executive Board of the Clean Development Mechanism of the Kyoto Protocol to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change (UNFCCC). He holds a doctorate in bioengineering. The Unnews Center spoke to Mr. Ash on the eve of the General Assembly's annual General Debate. The UN cannot overemphasize the importance of the general debate and the need to hear from the heads of state and government themselves on how they see the post-2015 development agenda emerging. When heads of state and government and other high-level officials gather to present their views about pressing world and national issues. Unnews Center. Mr. Ash, you've spoken extensively of your priorities and aspirations for the 68th session of the General Assembly. Now that you've actually taken the gavel and are about to host some 90 heads of state and government and many other world officials, has your perspective changed? John Ash. Well, if it has changed, it has been brought more sharply into focus, now that the day is actually here. We do hope that when the heads of state and government are here, that they will indeed address the theme that I have identified. Unnews Center. Yes, you have put a lot of effort into creating the focus for this session, setting the stage for the post-2015 development agenda. How do you see your role in keeping that focus? To inspire, seek consensus, guide. Because the focus can wander. John Ash. Well, as it ought to, given that we have other pressing concerns. But the short answer to that is that one has to be a mixture of all three. You have to inspire, you have to seek consensus, and, of course, you have to make accommodations for the vagaries of the position. John Ash greets Secretary General Ban Ki-moon.